Do you like paleo?
I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Roasted vegetables, roasted meat.
Yeah.
Tastes like butter.
I could have hunted and gathered this myself.
Were you persuaded by
With my
Lisa
spear.
to eat paleo?
I am Lisa.
Oh, hi, Lisa.
I feel healthy.
Are you feeling
part of
less
the
carbohydrated?
I feel like I'm losing weight already.
Already, indeed. What do you think about paleo?
Yeah, like tastes good. I like that.
D-I-N-O-S-A, you are a dinosaur.
Man, have you ever heard someone say that they really wanted some sauteed kale and cream spinach and roasted broccoli and steamed asparagus? No, I've never heard someone say that. You know, they mostly say that they want donuts or mashed potatoes or cheesecake or pie, you know, all that delicious stuff that just raises your blood pressure. And so if you think about all those comfort foods and just how they all pretty much are the same. They have a complex carb and then a simple carb and loads of fat. And so everyone blames the fat for all of their problems of being obese or having diabetes and such, metabolic syndrome and all those terrible things. When really, if you look at all of those things, it's the carbs that are a problem. Everyone takes it into such an excess, into such a high dose that it just became the standard American diet. And if you look at the acronym, it's sad.
Okay.
Anyway. And so there was this, to prove my point, there was this man named Banting. He had a first name, but really the only thing that's important right now is Banting. And back in England, around the 1800s, maybe even 1700s, a really long time ago though, he was this overweight guy in England, and he went to every single doctor known to man to try and fix his problems. He had no idea what to do. He tried everything. And so one day, this one doctor told him to cut out all carbs except for some toast during breakfast. And it was so successful, and he lost so much weight that it's now been coined to actually go on a diet to lose a bunch of weight is Banting. If you've ever heard that. So that's where it comes from. And back even before then, 10,000 years ago, hunter-gatherers, which actually, you know, were the beginning of people for millions of years when they were hunter-gatherers. All they ate was what they could either pillage or what they could forage and so they couldn't refine anything from the lack of technology not being made then. But recently, which would mean the last 10,000 years, farming has been created, and that has created a refinement such as that's when the carbs started coming in, not like broccoli, but more like bread and croissants and danishes and, you know, all of this stuff, but mostly bread. That started off first, and pasta, such and such, potatoes, and that became the standard diet. People started going towards that because of just the whole abundance of it and how easy it could be to just get all together, and people eventually became lazy, and so they began doing other things, you know, discovering why the sky is blue and why 3, 4, 5 is a perfect right triangle Pythagorean like thing. And so that was really bad, I need to cut that out. But and so that's when civilization started. That is a great achievement, but the problem is that our diet became so much worse, and that's when obesity started to rise. And even though, you know, a famous president may have cut everything into low fat, that hasn't changed anything. There may be less people eating bacon, but there's still more people who are having all of these weight problems. And so the main thing about going paleo is to just eat a bunch of colorful foods, and which would be, you know, a whole bunch of vegetables, red meat, fish, chicken, goat, kumquat, you know, anything. And so that's really the best way, is to just cut out any unnecessary carb except for the vegetables or the ones that you could just find in the periphery of your supermarket, not including the donuts. Donuts don't count. And cutting out and just adding more of the colorful rainbow foods. That includes not putting food dye on your actual bread. That does not count.
started yet.
Yeah, you have to
You
tell
gotta say
me.
it's time to start.
Yeah, okay.
Why?
I